New breed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on. Just a nobody from the backwoods. Everybody telling me that I'm no good. They say that boy don't act right, cause don't act like they think I should. I ain't never had no silver spoon coming out that bottom, boy. Get my dirt broke on the rules, better trust you don't want this drama, boy. I'll try to walk away if I can. Hold my tip and don't get the best of me. Y'all boys keep on testing me. These police about to be arresting me, and I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to. Speaking my name and I don't know you. Better watch out who you close to, cause even your dogs will expose you. If you hate to see me shine, better cover up your eyes. Better run back in your house and tell your mama to close the blinds, cause it's my time, no time out. Finna drive the seat, I'ma ride out. Think I'm fake, come find out. We face to face, no hide now. Yeah.
Alright, longer. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Never take my kindness for weakness. Even though I talk what I live and what I believe in, cause I'm real as they come. Never back down, never run. Cause I'm real as they come. Never back down, never run. I'm coming strong, better get your weight up, cause I'm about to take the lead, I ain't gonna wait up, I'ma tell you straight up, I ain't friendly. Don't show nobody, don't pity. Don't like nobody from the city. Got bad nerves, so don't tip me. My tolerance is on empty, and being faces don't fit me. Got whiskey all in my kidneys, my wordplay is so nifty. But thank the Lord that I'm gifted. Should've been locked away from my crazy ways. Could've been writing this from a prison. Could've been dead in the grave talking DOA, but I had to make a change and I did it. And I made my mistakes, but for heaven's sakes, I'm wide awake and I'm living. So never think that new free fake, cause I might just hurt your feelings. And I push it to the limits. I say what I believe in and tell them like it is. And everything I talk about, I talk it how I live. Y'all just talking what you wanna do. I'm talking what I did. I can tell you about that real life. Ain't nothing counterfeit. I've been hopeless and homeless, lost inside my emotions, screwed up with no focus. I slept on the floor with roaches. I heard the ones that love me. My hearts are black and ugly. My own family don't trust me. Sometimes my life disgusts me. Always lived the struggle. People said that I was trouble. Always on the hustle, trying to get it off the muscle. Had to get it how I lived, and I was living like a savage. You said you want that real talk, but I'ma let you have it. I'ma let you have it. I'ma let you have it.
Longer. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Never take my kindness for weakness. Even though I talk what I live and what I believe in, cause I'm real as they come. Never back
down, never run.
Cause I'm real
As they come,
never
back down, never run.
Got this dream inside my head, I promised myself I would reach it. But every night I lay down, gotta fight away these demons. And find a way to escape the pain from the life that I've been leading. I know somebody can feel my pain, that's really the whole reason. For everything I've been through, I'm still alive and breathing. Believing in myself, and now I see myself achieving. They told me that I couldn't, but I just kept pushing. Smile on my face, cause I knew that they was looking.
Tell me who you talking about.
Anybody that doubted me, everybody that hated me, and that's most people that surrounded me. I made up my mind, I don't accept apologies, and I don't forget anybody that think they gon' disrespect. If you got something to say, get it off your chest. Don't hold your breath, don't bite your tongue. I'm old school, but the night is young.
Tell me how you really feel.
I feel like the weight of the world been lifted off my shoulders. I feel like I'm being at war, coming home a soldier. And even though I lost it all, I gained so much knowledge. I will never lose my way again. And this right here, I can promise.
How do you plan to achieve this?
It's easy, never follow nobody. Blaze your own trail. When everybody fake, stay true to yourself. And if you do this, you're sure to prevail. Otherwise you fail, then life becomes hell.
Longer. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Never take my kindness for weakness. Even though I talk what I live and what I believe in, real as they come. Never
Back down, never run.
Cause I'm
Real as they come. Never back down, never run.
Never take my kindness
For weakness.
Even though I talk what I live and what I believe in. Cause I'm real as they come. Never back down, never run. Cause I'm real
As they come.
Thanks, Nigel.
Never back down, never run.
Trying to disrupt the
Woohoo!
copyright claim.
Well, we're going to get it anyway.
Yeah, we're fine. We're good.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, and
Good
welcome,
evening,
everybody.
Good evening, good evening.
good evening. Welcome
So,
to the Fox Den.
yes, I'm just getting up the chat. Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
He's getting in his seat. Remember, turn the volume down.
Yeah, good
Don't be
idea.
what do we call that?
Rookie.
Don't be a rookie. Don't be a YouTube rookie. Welcome, everyone. So nice to see everybody. It is March 15th, correct?
Yeah.
March 15th, yeah.
Yeah.
And it
It
is
is.
9 p.m. here, and so great to see everybody. Jeffrey, welcome. Nine of Diamonds, Venus, Lulu, that way.
Who else is in here? Skies Above.
Skies above.
And
everyone else.
Anyone else? Peanut
Oh,
was here
You're
Seek
peace
for
and
sight.
love, peace and power. You're
Yurt's here?
yeah, he just
All
popped
right,
in.
Yurt. Hi, Yurt.
Hi, nice
Good
to see you.
you.
All right, I'm just gonna sit back for a minute.
Well, I've calmed down a little bit since earlier when I decided to make this video. But the gist of why we came on here tonight is because of what I said in my post, backbiting people. And just as Paul would say, Paul Enslaved, if none of you know him, check him out. And some of you may know him, some of you may not. Some may like him, some don't. Whatever. I've learned a lot from over there. Hoes, hating on everything.
Hating on everything, hose.
In life, in this journey that Jackie and I have been on the last 3 years plus, we've met a lot of people throughout our time, and that's been our goal, was to meet new people and to reach out and just create community. That's what our whole journey has been, is to try to create community. And along this path, we've met great people, and along this path, we've met people that, well, seem to think that you've done them wrong in some way, shape, or form, even though you've done nothing to them at all. All you did was show them love and honesty and truth, and try to, be the best person you could be. And, those kind of things these people turn against you really quick. And that's why I call them backbiting hoes, because it's very frustrating. I want to come up here and I want to trash these people. I want to sit here and just tear them to bits and pieces, but that's not really me. That's not who I really am as far as my energy goes. But I feel we need to set the record straight on some of this stuff, because it just needs to be put out there. I don't care after this, I'm not giving these people any more energy. The first issue was 2 years ago. The other one was a year ago. And then all of a sudden, Jackie and I are doing our things, and we're moving on in life, and we're doing good things, and life is good. And these snakes like to pop their heads up, and who were friends. See, this is what's so hard about this, is because these were friends who we considered to be friends. And for them to turn around and try to paint us in this false light of things and say that we're these demons and false light people and all these things, and we know that this isn't true. I feel as a man of this house that I had to stand up and set the record straight on this kind of stuff, because there's only one side of the story being shown, and I don't really care if anybody likes me or not. That's not my goal here. My goal is to help others through my experiences of this life. I'm only trying to help others. I'm not here to harm anybody. I'm not here to give. I'm not here to take away from anybody in any way, shape, or form. When I give my friendship to somebody, that means a lot to me. When if you can turn your back on somebody over a disagreement on something, and then now all of a sudden we're the worst people in the world, then that just shows your character. When we when we show our love and our our sympathy and give our time and our energy because we feel for the things you've gone through or going through, we resonate in those ways, and then all of a sudden we're the bad guy because of what we say and do or who we associate with or different things. Just because you talk to somebody, you're this, that, and the other, or you want that just shows your character. And these aren't the people I want to have in my circle anyway. That's why we've left you behind. That's why we left you where you are, because you're still there 2 years ago and a year ago, if not more. And Jackie and I have moved on to bigger and better things in this world, and you can't stand that. You can't fathom how that can happen because you're doing all these things, but you're obviously not doing what you should be doing. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the backbiting. I'm tired of people wanting to, and so I'm just here to set it straight that if you're gonna call me out and you're gonna call others that I love and care about and are in my care, then I have to stand here and set the record straight with all this. And the one lady, I'm not gonna bring names up because at this point, I don't feel it's necessary. Like I said, I'm trying to have discretion. Others have talked to me since I posted that, and their words resonated with me. So that's one of the reasons why I'm having a little bit of apprehension with bashing people, because like I said, I considered these people friends, and so it's not my goal here. My goal is that is just to state to the fact that I'm not going to stand here and allow that kind of stuff to happen. I will put you on notice, and I will be letting it known that I'm here. If you got a problem, we're here. Panel's open. You can come talk to us any point in time. You know our emails. You know our phone numbers. You got something to say, come say it. There's no need for all this banter back and forth. I don't have time for that, and I'm not going to spend my time on it. This is enough of my energy on it. This is why I left you behind 2 years and a year ago, because I don't have time for this kind of drama. I'm not spending. Life is short. Things are short. We all need to be getting our shit right, getting who we are right. And I don't have time for that kind of stuff. I'm not giving my energy to you to feed that. I'm not. And if whatever it is your hardship, whatever you feel that you think that we've done to you, we apologize. We have apologized. And if you can't take that for what it is, then that's on you. I'm not going back 2 years. I'm not going back a year ago. I asked you all then, we tried then, we reached the hand out then, and I'm not wasting energy. Exactly, Sanitarian son. It's just not worth it. Life, there's just too much other things to be doing, too much better energy to be spent. And like I said, I could sit here and bash, but it's not what I'm going to do. I want us to grow from this. I want us to, any of us that have issues with others, just because we have issues with them, figure it out. Don't sit here and bash each other. We need to point out truths. And when somebody stands in those truths and stands in whatever these things are, whatever the wrongs it may have done or the slips they may be having in life, once they stand into it and make amends for it, then it's a done issue. We move on and we keep moving. As long as those people are showing that they're moving past those mistakes and those things that they've done in life. I've done nothing to these people. Like I said, Jackie didn't do anything to these people. There was a misunderstanding with one. She took it the wrong way, and now we're the worst people ever. Another person, just because we associated with other people, we're now all of a sudden agents and all this other crap. My life has been wide open. Go to my channel. I've been putting up videos for years now. My life has been an open book. I came on here because of my divorce. I started showing my face and being a part of this because of my divorce. I came on here as therapy. I came on here to meet new people, create new energies, create the best me I can. I've done no harm to nobody. And if you're going to sit here and say I have, then I'm here. I'm right here. I'm here to talk. I'm here to speak about it. And if you feel I have, like I said, I've apologized immensely. And to anybody else who feels that I may have done them wrong in this world, I've already apologized to you too immensely. I hold none of this. I've given all I can give to you people. And so this is my statement on things. Like I said, I've calmed down a lot a few hours ago. I was really upset because the things that are just being said are just cruel. They're just not even close to the reality of things. And I understand we're all broken in ways. We all have our traumas and different things in this world. But we're not here to destroy each other. We're not here to, most of us aren't. Yeah, okay, there's agents and there's bad people, but most of us that are putting ourselves out here on an honest level like this, look, you're in my house right now. I'm showing you this is me. I can't get any realer than I am right now, other than carrying you around with me all day, but I don't have time for all that. But, this is what community is about, and this is what we're supposed to be building. And, even in all communities, we're not going to get along with everybody, but we still have to live together. We're going to have to work together, even if we don't get along, even if somebody sees somebody in a different way. That doesn't mean that everybody is that way. It doesn't mean that that's that person. It could be just somebody's perspective on that person. It doesn't mean everybody sees it that way. It doesn't mean everybody's going to be, or your past hurts. Let's put it this way. Your past hurts aren't who we are. Just because we may mimic some of those past hurts and past traumas doesn't mean that that's the person in front of you is that past trauma or that past hurt. You'll miss so many blessings in this world and so many things that will raise you to such a higher level in this world if you close your heart off to that. That's one of the things. After my divorce, my heart was trashed because I never had my heart broken like that in my life. I never had it just completely trashed. But I refused to close my heart off to others and to the love of others, and for the if I had closed myself off to this world, I would have become this festering, nasty, evil person, which I fought my whole life to try to overcome and not be because of the examples in my life. And so this was like a good test for me, and I had to make a decision. I had to either choose the way or the dark side, and I chose the way. And this is a learning process for all of us, and I don't have all the answers. And sometimes ideas and things and words can get lost in interpretation with each other and miscued, and we don't want to we stop listening to each other because of a view or because of a perspective and these different things. And so anyway, I'm not here to cause problems. I'm not here to cause more battles. I'm not here to cause drama. I'm here to love and help and heal. I want to grow. I want us all to become wiser and freer of this whole paradigm that we live in, this whole lie that we live in, that we're all susceptible to the different things that we have allowed to become a part of our programming. And if we don't overcome these things, then we're going to continuously fight amongst each other, continuously destroy each other, keep coming against each other, holding things that are in the past, that are 2 years or longer past behind us. It's behind us. Yeah. It's not here in the now. There's a guy out there, Jack Talcott, who wants to talk about, it's the new day and it's the now. Well, okay, it is the now. But what I take from that in life is that my past trauma is behind me. It's not here in my now. It doesn't define now. It doesn't define the people in front of me. It can, but it doesn't have to. And so that to me is what that means. That's what it means to you leaving that back there. And I'm living in the now. I'm living for what Father gives me in my everyday and what I do in my everyday to be the best person that I can be, to becoming the best person that I can be in my everyday. And yeah, we fall short. Yeah, we all fall short. None of us are perfect. And, that's the beautiful thing of this. That's how we learn. If we don't grow and we don't learn from these things, then what's the point of being here? And if we're not growing to be the best person we can be, then what's the point of being here? And if you're stuck where you're at and you're stuck in your ways and your thoughts and your ideas, then that's fine. That's where you're at. But I don't have time for that. I don't have time to be stuck in one thought and idea and say that, I got it all figured out. Because every time I do that, God smacks me in the face and says, yeah, you don't. Mm-hmm. No, you don't. Look up here. Here's a higher level of learning. Here's a higher level of thought, and that's the beautiful thing of this. When this adventure started for me 3 years ago plus, I never imagined I'd be where I'm at now. I would never imagine I'd have the courage and the strength in my own self to stand up to people like this. Because my whole life I've just been the passive and just let it go and just let you say what you want to say. But I'm not doing that no more. This is a part of me. This is a part of me that I lost during my marriage, of me being me. I said once that it's my self-esteem sometimes. No, it's my fear. My fear gets me more times than most. And I'm not letting my fear of what others think, or what, I'm not going to allow my fears of anything to hold me back from doing what I'm meant to do. And that's to share my life and to help others and to live my life and become the best I can be. And anyone else along the way. That's how we make new community. That's how we build community. That's how we create a better future. It's not all about just love. Love's not going to fix all this. Love isn't the answer. Love is created through all this, but love isn't the overall, if I love, that's just going to fix it all. Because I can show you many times where I've given all my love to people and it doesn't fix anything. Mm-hmm. It only makes it worse. Because others have to be receiving of that love. And the other problem is you got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself and love who you are and where you're going in your life, how can you truly love somebody else in the proper way? That's my thing. You can't give somebody proper love if you don't properly love yourself. If you don't give to yourself when you need to, if you don't figure out who you are and get your traumas and your things that are figured out to truly be able to love yourself, then you can never truly love somebody else. And you're going to take those traumas of yourself and project them onto others.
Yeah. And I think that's part of what we've been seeing.
Right.
Is, that unwillingness to move on and grow within yourself, so that you're not projecting onto other people and holding on to things for years, for years, and really having true forgiveness and loving your heart, where you're able to not just, you're able to forgive yourself on top of forgiving others. You have to be able to forgive yourself. You have to be able to recognize what you did, what you went through, what you grew out of it. The thing that grew out of it, because all negative things, there's positive that can grow out of it. Mm-hmm. And it's a learning thing. And, you can apologize. We've apologized, and we've done these things, and we ourselves have repented, which is to turn away from a thing. Right. And we have turned away from a thing in the beyond past, and have moved forward and grown and gotten stronger and more filled with truth than we ever have. And if people don't want to be around that or accept that, we can't help that. We don't want to cause harm. We don't want to cause, things to just keep going. But we're also not going to stand by and just ignore when we're being attacked, when things are being said that aren't in whole truth, right. When there's only part truths being said, or just total from the one, last year, just total nonsense of nothing that's true. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. Just full on spit flaming hate, full hate coming at me or Josh of something that is totally not of anything, nothing that we put out or had in our mind or anything. And like, if you look at Seven Spalding and Chad here, we went round and round with him over the years, where it's been that push pull of the, really negative things and the backbiting or going against each other. But what have we done? We have come full circle to be able to forgive and see that we are all on different levels, different paths and different timelines as far as that goes. But we're still able to come together, realize that, we all make mistakes. Seven's apologized, we've apologized, and now we're here together, and we're all, we have the dividing of the. Sure, right now there's a dividing of the wheat and the chaff, and there's a separation in this time of what this reality is right now. And we can either choose to keep dividing each other. I'm talking about like dividing the wheat amongst the wheat. Why do we need to divide the wheat amongst the wheat?
Right.
Exactly. Because that's what I'm feeling like this is looking like. These are all good people. These are all people of good heart and of of creator and on their own journey and on their own path. Maybe we're not all at the same level, but why do we need to cut down and separate the wheat from the wheat and put them down and separate them out as not being as good, or you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Hi, Shami.
As long as everybody's speaking in truth and,
Yes.
and holding their heart and their intentions in truth, if you're not speaking in truth, if your intentions aren't in truth, they'll show their ways. And most of us are showing our ways. Most of us, a lot of times, we're all getting chastised and blasted for past mistakes and past issues, versus like with 7, we got past our issues. We've moved on. There's no need for you, brother, to ever say sorry again. To me,
never.
In my opinion, we've moved on from all that. We've made our rights and we've moved on. We've learned. We've all learned. And I hold nothing against you. I've moved on from any of that. But see, 7, in hindsight, I see now you had more sight and more vision on that situation than we did that evening.
On that really bad evening.
You pinpointed things that none of us saw. None of us refused. All of us refused to see because we were so blinded by, I guess, more so ineptness and lack of knowledge at the time.
Yeah, lack of
somebody
discernment.
else had more knowledge and was able to use that to their advantage than the rest of us did. And you've seen that, you noticed that, you picked that out, and I give you kudos for that, because you had eyes that we didn't have, and I don't think you fully understood it, but you knew the energy that was in front of us. You knew what was happening there, and and I apologize to you for not having the discernment and seeing those things at the time of that time. I got so focused on you, and I didn't see the whole picture of what was going on at the time. But hindsight's 20/20, as they say.
The first time we met at Serpent Mound.
Yeah, you'll recall 7.
Yeah.
But so anyway.
Yeah, so that's where I think we're at with that, and we just really wanted to come on here to clear the air, because supposedly we're going to be outed for some more things, possibly, that whatever. I don't know. I can't help that people, I think, see us for who we really are, and because we're not disliked, or we're not, I don't know, we're put as a dividing factor, and I don't want to feel like I'm divided amongst anybody.
Right.
I don't want to feel like I have to pick sides amongst anybody.
That's a good point here too, is that she just brings up, is the fact that just because we don't get along with somebody's other channel, or we don't agree with somebody else's opinion, and one of us is over in their chat, or one of us is over there, or conversating with somebody, or has a friendship with somebody over here that we don't agree with, that doesn't make anybody any less of somebody else. Just because we don't agree with each other on our opinions and whatnot, just because somebody's talking to that person doesn't make them whatever label you want to put on them. Pick one. There's plenty in the universe of this fucking metaverse of this YouTube world that we all are in, that we all seem to take super, super personal too many times, in my opinion. And we just need to relax a little bit. Just because I'm friends with whoever, let's just say 9 of Diamonds, and say Jackie doesn't like 9 of Diamonds. Well, Jackie doesn't care that I talk to 9 of Diamonds. It's okay. It'll be all right. Same way with if somebody doesn't like Show Me Sasquatch, I like Show Me Sasquatch. If nobody else likes him, I don't care. I like him. So what? I'm no less of a person. Sasquatch is no less of a person, nor is anybody else who doesn't like Sasquatch or doesn't like me. But we're all in this together. That's the thing we seem to forget, is that we all need to get our shit right and stop with our egos and our other shit getting in the way, and figure out how we can communicate better with each other. Maybe be more clear, I guess. That's why I keep telling Jackie, that's been one of our biggest things, clear communication. She made a video about it not too long ago, because if we're not clear and precise with each other, and if we don't understand each other, ask each other questions of what we mean, or a better understanding of something. If we're not willing to take the time with each other, then they're going to win. They're going to continue to divide us like they have been. And that's not the goal of this community, is it? I mean, everybody calls it the truther community, the truth community. Well, if we're out for truth, then we have to speak truth in everything we say and do. Everything that is of us has to be of truth. Otherwise, we're not out for truth. We're not out for the right answers. We're not out for higher self and getting out of this paradigm that we find ourselves in this world right now. And it's, yeah, we didn't ask for this, but it's placed before us. Somebody's got to do it for the generation. Somebody's got to start saying no, and somebody's got to start coming together for real. We really have to start doing this, because that's one of my biggest motivators is my children. That's why I'm up here. That's why I'm pushing for this, is because if we don't do this, then what? Then what do we pass on to the generations before us? Something worse than this, you know? And if we can't get past this, if we can't get past these accusations and pointing fingers and not getting over our shit and not getting over our own shit and getting ourselves right, then they've won already. And that's what I'm worried of. That's why I'm up here. That's why I'm voicing my opinion on this, is because these are things we have to do. And I've let people who have hurt me and come against me keep myself quiet for too long. And that's what motivated me to get up here tonight, was the fact that I've been quiet for too long. I need to speak more. I need to say more. I have things to say, and I'm not going to let anybody keep me from saying these things, because it's what I see. It's what I feel. It's what I'm passionate about. It's what, that's why I do this. I have 3 beautiful daughters, and this world is a nasty place that I do not want to release them into. And we have to make a change. We have to, and we can't do it alone. We can't do it ourselves. One person can't do it all. We can't. One energy is not enough. And if we keep fighting each other, then one energy is not going to create another energy to come together, so we can create another energy and create a bigger energy and before you know it, we have enough energy that changes the whole thing. It is very simple, but to get there, we got to get over our shit. We got to start being honorable. We have to start being accountable for the things we say and we do with each other and with our business and every day. But anyway, no. I yield.
No.
For now.
No.
It's your turn.
No. I wanted to add too, with as far as like relationships go, or with people in the communities and things, is we need to also not just we need to also not go by what someone else says about to make a judgment on another. Right. So say, just because someone feels one way about somebody doesn't mean that you have to just jump on that bandwagon. Everyone is an individual for an individual. Now, I realize that sometimes you need to stand for other people, but if someone hasn't done wrong to you, and you haven't seen it, then I feel that that's just causing more divisions. Right. when you're saying or expecting, one person to make a stand when you're not involved, or divide a line when it has nothing to do with you. Right. So it's kind of like a keep it to yourself, go within yourself to judge the situation, not just from what other people are saying. Right. That kind of thing. If
I did that, I wouldn't be friends with nobody. If I went off of other people's recommendations in life, I wouldn't have found a lot of great people. I'd have never became awoke to the whole reality of something different if I relied on somebody else's opinion on shit. When did we do that? When did we start doing that? Just because somebody has a disagreement, that's their disagreement with that person. We get involved, we get all wrapped up in this drama stuff of somebody else's argument. I'm not here for your arguments. I'm here to work to a better place. That's what we're here for. And if you're not here for that, then go on. You can click me off. You can go on about your day. You don't have to be making posts about people. You don't have to be carrying on. Just go on about your day. If somebody brings us up in conversation, you just say, well, I don't mess with those people. I don't like those people, and go on about your day. We all can do this. If you have a problem with somebody here in this YouTube verse of things, and you're not getting along, and it's messing with your frequency, just click them off, block them, unsubscribe, turn the other way. We're all here the same. I'm finding this community is a little bit smaller than we think it is. There's not as many of us as we think there is. And because the longer you're around here, the more you'll realize that we're in this revolving loop that they've got us trapped in. And we're all just in this loop. continuous drama bonding loop and going nowhere. That's one of the things that's been really pointed out to me lately. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been contributing, going to other people's lives and stuff, is because what are we doing? Where are we going? What are we? I don't have time. We got to grow from here. We got to do, and we have to do. And so that's what Jackie and I have been doing. I mean, we've been working on ourselves. We've been growing ourselves. We've been getting rid of those shadows, that bad shit, the wrong programming, whatever. And then also upgrading, learning different ways. Hell, I just realized that I'm in a bigger cage than I ever thought. I've been trying to relieve myself of this slave system, but there's another slave system that's on top of us, but most of us don't even realize. And we give it up every day, and we don't have to. And it's just insane just how messed up this world really is, and how much we really don't know about anything, and how much we really are controlled and don't have to be. And we are. And, in order to really handle these things and make the right decisions to grow and become better people and to free this world from these things, we all got to get our shit right and forget this program we've been given and go with the way, what the Father talked about, what Jesus talks about, what everybody talks about. It's about us regaining our own sovereignty and reclaiming our rights as who we are, not this whatever reality we've been given. I don't even know what to call it anymore. It's the matrix. It's the whatever label you want to give it that we all have to be a part of every day, and it's just, it seems daunting, but the more of us that are moving in this direction and creating a better self and freeing ourselves from the slave system that we're attached to, then the less power it has. And that's the I was saying about the number. There's not as many as we think there is. But that's not important. I think the numbers that we have is enough to make a wave of change around the world. There's others that are speaking the same things, but we have to be reality based in this. We have to start from the foundations and get the foundations, and we got to get this shit figured out soon, because in my opinion, if you're not getting your foundations right and we're not getting our foundations right, then whatever's coming, I'm not a doomsdayer, but all I know is you can look, the signs are on the wall. There's something crazy going to happen. And if your shit's not right, it's going to be rocked, and you're going to wish that you had. And you're going to wish that you had community, and you're going to wish you had people you could count on whose foundations are the same, whose foundations are strong, who's not holding on to fantasy and make-believe and these other things. That's what that's our whole, what we're trying to, that's our message. That's our goal in this world is to create this better place. And
we've been the past few weeks, 3 weeks. I quit drinking again 3 weeks ago, and we've been really doing some more work and realizing that our foundation, just from our eyes being open more, that our foundation wasn't as solid as we thought. Not personally relationship wise, but just even the earth that we stand on, or where we walk to each day, that foundation began to shake.
Right.
And we really needed to go in and kind of, separate out for a little bit, because we needed to see where our foundation really was and how it stood and where we were going to move our next step to. Because if we're going to take another step and our foundation feels a little shaky, and then there's a little crack in there, or there's a question about something that we can't answer for ourselves, then we're going to fall quick. Right. We're all going to fall quick. We need to do this now. We need to really, with the spring coming here, we really need to start to reconnect with the reality of nature and how it works, and how we commune with its energy, and how things go, how things flow. And because it's getting bad.
Right. Who said it up here? It was Seek for Sight. You said we. Yeah, it is a we, because it's a part. Jackie and I have a partnership. That's how we look at our relationship.
Yeah.
We're partners in this. We set out as as partners with agreements and things, and that's how we look at this. And so when it's me, it's her. When it's her, it's me. I have my own, but she has her own, and but it is ultimately a we, and that's that's our foundation of things, and it's not as though, the good thing with one of the growth things with Jackie and I is that I've already learned how to live on my own and by myself. and that was one of the things Jackie had to learn with me was, she got to have her time for herself. She's got to take that time. That not all things that I can't fix all things. Not all things are for me to fix, nor are all things or any of her things for me to influence. That's for her to figure out.
Yeah.
I can give advice and whatnot, but it's not for me to fix those things. And so, we have our own, but we have our partnership that is the ultimate foundation under that. Because she's got to have her space. I got to have my space. Everybody has to have their time. If you're in a relationship, you don't have your space with each other every now and again. One has to have their own space in order to have their own space in their head. If you're continuously if you don't ever take the time for yourself to figure out your own thoughts and you're going to continuously take in others and not cipher through and make those proper connections for you, because everything's different. Everybody's different. And the way my perception or my perspective on something is different than her perspective, and so it's important to take your time through your week for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not selfish. It's not, and there are situations in life where I can't white knight for you. I can't save you. I can't do anything. I can't fix that. That's your life thing that you have to do.
And that's been one of the biggest learning things for me is to not count on him to have that shoulder every time I want to lean. Because earlier in our relationship, I wanted to lean all the time. I was leaning so much. That's why these muscles are so big, because I was leaning so much. Sorry. I was leaning way too much on him for everything. And so it's a nice, healthy balance now. And now that, what?
It was a reference to peeing. I'm sorry. I just seen wee. And
I
see what you're saying now. Wee. Anyway,
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's all right. But, we all have to do that, whether it be with brothers or sisters, with husbands, wives, partners, with children, with, anyone that's in your life, to have that individuality and self-reliance, and then bring in relationship. Bring in and have that as
thanks, Bubba.
Bring that in as an extra, that's just like the bonus. Wow. I get to have, relationship, and I get to have, someone to hang out with and someone to have fun with, but it's not, and that's when I came to the realization that, we're not going to get married in this system. I don't want to be married in this system of things. I don't want to be, have another tie to this legal system. And it was once I released that, because it was always like in the background of my head about just wanting to be married, wanting to be, have Fox as my legal last name and, do all that. And once I realized that wasn't the end all be all to the game, and that it really was just a game to tie us further into the system and become even more of a slave to the system and another control, another contract. And once I let that go, the freedom that's come within myself and between us, that, that we're just sojourners on this journey together, by each other's side. And, there's not all those tentacles that, that we, would feel over the past years from just our own worth, our own growth, and getting to know each other and living situation and all that. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, those tentacles are, I call them roots. I call them, they're like the roots of the weeds in your garden, because that's when I'm trying to go back. I'm going back to, some of my older, these people were brought back older memories. So I'm going back to some of my older videos of things that I said and some of my thoughts and my ideas to see where I've progressed and matured in things. And some things have, and some things haven't. Some of my beliefs are still, a part of my foundation of things. But one of those beliefs that I have is that, I'm a gardener. So we all have our weeds in our garden, and we're planting new seeds, and we're trying to cultivate these new seeds and grow them in ourselves, and to grow into the best we can, and to get the best fruit out of ourselves that we can. And, and sometimes we have these weeds that we've picked up and that are just buried in the soil. And they, anybody who's had a garden and you start a new garden and you take a plot of land that's got sod in it and you cut that sod out and you start out, you're always going to have weeds those first couple of years. It's really a pain in the ass. You got to really stay on it. And even after you get established, you still have, that's one of the biggest things about a garden is getting the weeds out. And because those weeds will keep your garden from growing into a very, what it should. And so that's with all of us. I am my own garden. I am my own, and I have to plant my own seeds and create my own self. And, some of those seeds have been planted already for us. Some of them are good and some of them are bad. And, as we have gotten better and older in our life and we start to know better, we must do better. Yeah. So you have to seek these things out and change those different things. You got to seek out these weeds and get them all the way down to the root. If you don't get the root out, it's just going to come back again and cause you more headaches, And the key to that is being truthful and honest with yourself. A wise man once said that, you got to look in, when you go on these kinds of quests for yourself, you have to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, those truthful questions and answer yourself honestly, and ask Father to show you these errors of your ways and these things that aren't of this, that are of this world and not of Him, and of the way. And if you don't, and if you're not listening, if you're listening, you'll hear it real clear. Life will show you, and you'll be shown real quick. We can turn away and turn our eyes away from this and, and act like it's not there or act like it's somebody else's problem, because this world gives you 5,000 crutches that you can hang all your excuses on. And so that's up to us. We have to find these things and fix our own self. Others can point things out to us, but in the end of the day, how do you feel about yourself? Have you given yourself every opportunity to be the best person you can be beyond what your imagination ever thought it could be? Because I think a lot of times we lack the faith in ourselves to even get up in the morning to do the proper things, to stay in that motion of things, and then to keep it into a routine of things, to see our goals and our wishes and our dreams to come true. Even though we live in the times that we do, we can still create and manifest all that we want. It's just up to us and the things that we do. In order to do that efficiently and for those things to happen, you have to, be truthful and you have to walk on the way and you have to do the right thing. And you're going to be tested all the time, but you got to continuously do this and you are rewarded. Jackie and I have accomplished more in 3 years than I did in 16 years in a relationship. And that's because of the fact that, we communicate, we work on the things when there's problems that come about. It's two people motivated to become the highest that they can be. And so she motivates me, I motivate her, and she motivates herself, and then I motivate myself, and it's like this fluid machine that we want that moves for us. And that's where we're at. That's why we're up here. We want to share this fluid movement with everybody else. We want to help others and just be an example and to show others that there's plenty of us great, beautiful people out here.
And we could have come on here with the energy of the, post we put out earlier, which was the energy of,
Genevieve, thank you for your words, by the way.
with the energy of just wanting to, come back at those who are coming against us and literally setting the record straight, because we can still do that. I mean, we are not hiding anything or have done anything that, we are afraid of or ashamed of, or it's all been part of growth and mistakes and healing and being better and doing better. But we could have come on here with that really strong energy that Josh had all day long. And then after reading, Genevieve's text earlier and just, putting it into a more centered of our own being, of what we really are and what we represent and what we still, exactly, Jeffrey. Yeah, we're all going through that. And we need to, instead of breaking each other down even further or causing more harm, because that's one of, Josh and I's golden rule is cause no harm. to the best of our, ability to not cause harm.
Mm-hmm.
And, if we would have came on with that energy, there may have inadvertently been harm caused, or things would have gotten worse or escalated worse. And it's so funny because I guess I just hit my 1,000 sub mark, and I've been hovering at 1,000, right under 1,000 subs since back in Truth Seeker Bob days. And it's funny because I can count the amount of people here that are here now that are from back in the Truth Seeker Bob days.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't it funny how like kismet that
Mm-hmm.
is, that on the day that we are talking about two people that are from back in those days, right. And we actually took the higher road, the healing road, the road to so we would be better within ourselves, that would come on this broadcast.
Yeah, well, and not only just that, when you set anger aside, when you calm your emotions down and you stop for a second and look at a situation, no matter what somebody said or done to you, this is how I look at things. When you stop and you get your emotions under control and you get yourself to a little bit of a balanced point, and then look at the situation and see, how would you handle this? How would you truly handle this? Mm-hmm. How would you want somebody to handle this with you? And if your answer still, to me, if the answer was still the same as my original feelings, then I was going to go with it. But my answer wasn't the same later, because the more I thought about it, the more I weighed the situation. It's not what this, we already have enough of this. I don't want to, this is my whole thing, is I'm not here to contribute to this. So by doing that, as Genevieve pointed out, I'm sorry, in the message that she sent us earlier tonight, was that how I handled this would decipher a lot of things. And so I needed to handle this how I would handle this as me. And yes, that fire that wants to burn the city down is in me, to want to destroy somebody.
Yeah.
But in the end, that's not why I'm here. In the end, I'm here to try to make her better and make things right.
Yeah.
And try to grow. And
maybe let some healing happen.
Well, even that too. Yes, that's always happening. That should be happening in everything. If there's healing to be done, then we should always be healing. The body never stops healing, so why should we ever stop healing ourselves?
Yeah.
You have a cut on your body or whatever, your body's sick, your body's continuously trying to heal yourself, always trying to make up for those things. And so we should be doing that same thing on the mental aspect and on our everyday of things too. If we don't, then it starts to build up and pile up and creates all kind. I call it mountains out of a molehill, as they say. And you create this big giant. You load yourself up with shit, and then you wonder why you feel like shit. You wonder why you're talking shit. You wonder why you're grumpy and irritated at everything. And you gotta release these things and move on with it. And like I said, once you're moved on from it, you've survived it. That's the thing. I've never been one for a victim mentality of things in life, because we all have bad shit that happens to us. So, if you survived it, whatever it is you've been through in your life, if you made it and you're here right now, breathing, talking, reading, living life right now, you made it through it. And you may still be going through some bad shit, but you're making it through it. You're still breathing. You're still getting through it. You still have the energy and the will to keep going. And so, but Josh, I can't
go ahead.
Be angry when human fucker.
I can't not be angry.
Trying to destroy me in the world.
Yeah.
I get it, Anaki.
And then
I do.
You talk about what you said about the line, about the lions and the sheep, and this is time.
Oh, and well, yeah, and a person that I care for a lot and his opinion a lot, Paul Enslaved. He reminds me of this too, and it's a good reminder for all of us. Is that the time for being sheep and soft and as kind and caring as it used to be is not here no more. It's time for the lions. It's time for us to stand up. It's time for the lions to roar and for to leave the sheep behind and for the lions to stand their ground. That's the way I see it nowadays. Is that we don't have time for these excuses. We don't have time to be the sheep. We don't have time. it's to that point that we all need to be. Because here's the other thing that I think all of us forget is that there's no guarantee I'm going to wake up tomorrow. There's no guarantee that I'm going to walk down these stairs in 5 minutes and make it down the stairs. I don't sit here and dwell on that, but why wait for another day? Why wait for another moment? And I know that's an old cliche, but it's so true. Why do we wait? We have the ability through our own will, our own free choice to change the now, to change our everyday right now, our energies and what we're going to be and what we're going to be a part of. And the days for excuses are over, in my opinion. The days for backbiting and turning against each other, turning against the brothers and sisters is it's over. It's time to stop. And, you know, the only way we do that is, I guess, by example. And so I'm not here to backbite. I'm not here to bash. I'm just here to make peace and a truce. And I want everybody to, you know, try to do the same thing.
Yeah. And like, just because, you know, it's a call for the lions, that doesn't mean it's the lions to attack and bite and roar in your face, like, to bring fear into you. But it's for the lions who stand there gracefully and strong and protective, and like Genevieve said, like the true masculine energy that is needed to come upon this earth with all the lack of it right now.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Well, see, you know, and we always talk about. I hear a lot of people say, "Well, I'm working on that," or tomorrow. And here's the thing, like I was just saying about we're here today, right now, is that if you're here right now and you've made it through it, then there is, you've already made the change. You've already made it to a point, and now it's time to leave that behind you and leave those crutches behind you and walk. You know, like the old preacher, you know, the preachers on the shows that heal somebody and, oh, you can walk. You know, we can do that to ourselves. We can do it that instant, just like that. All we have, it's a mindset. See, we keep, that's a part of, I believe that's a part of the old programming, the kill us slowly mindset that keeps us chained. You know, we have free will, we have freedom of choice. And the minute we choose for something to be that way, then that's the way it should be. I disagree. And anyway, I got distracted there. And so I get it. Things are hard. And sometimes it takes a minute to learn a new way. I get that. As long as you're not using the whatever it is as your excuse or why you can't, or, oh, well, I'm working on that. Okay. As long as you're working on it to make progress in a better direction, to move yourself away from whatever it is that was fucking with you.
Yeah.
Anyway, what Dane John's buff?
Yeah, you're buff. Yeah. Now you're gonna make him blush.
She already did earlier. So thanks, Jeffrey. Thank you.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you want to do? Do you want to open up a panel or not?
No, I'm.
He's
peaced
all
out.
talked out. Okay.
I'm pieced out. I did good. I've let my energy loose, and I'm good to go now.
All right. Well, we're about an hour in. We're going to start doing lives more often again. Yep.
Where's that timer at?
Up here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, but we're going to start doing. Are we going to start doing more live streams again?
We are.
We are. We took a break, like I said. We had our foundation shook a little bit over, and had to do a little bit of rebuilding, and then we got hit a couple times. Like I said, in this past week from, 2 different places. And so we really just wanted to, we've been doing good, Anunnaki. We really just wanted to come on to clear the air, clear the record.
I came up with a good one today, Anunnaki, for great.
And
where did I write it down at? Damn it.
Just stand in, in our accusers, and feel like
we're standing before our accusers. If you got something to say, then say it. And we're here to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm not scared.
Josh and his scratch paper of sayings he has everywhere. What was it about?
It was about, remember, great?
An acronym for great.
Yeah, it was an acronym for great. It was getting right every action taken. Getting right every action taken. That's what it was.
So great. Getting right every action taken.
So every action I take, I'm getting right. See? So that kind of fits in what we're talking about. So like everything I'm doing, I'm motivating and moving myself into getting myself right with the Father, getting myself right in whatever word you want to call it, the way, the
creator,
the creator way, the natural way, natural laws of things, whatever it may be. But I know it's not that system of things, and I know it's not what the truth community has been perpetuating. It's something more than that, and we have to move past that. We have to move past this paradigm they've stuck us in and keeping us distracted from moving in that direction of a higher self that we're meant to be. Anyway, what are you two been accused of? Been loving and living in? Well, Anaki, that's why. That's because we've been loving and living and living the way we want to live, and we've decided to leave people behind in our life because they decide they want to stay stuck in their belief systems and their way of life, and we see a higher way of life, and so there's no time to keep leaving people. But there's no time, in our opinion, for certain people who show that they don't want to move forward in their life to wait for them, and it's not an ego thing. It's not any of that kind of stuff as some may seem. It's just a matter of moving forward and moving up in this world. And like all of us, none of us can sit and wait for the next one. We all say we're on our different levels of this journey and stuff in this path of our existence. And that is so true. And we can only wait for so long for those that we care for. We all have to keep moving forward and getting ourselves right and better and moving in that right direction. And if people those that are along the path decide that they want to stay where they're at, you can't feel bad for that. You can't hold that, and that's on them. Their freedom of choice and their will of things is decided for them to do that. And so that's where I've come on this whole journey of things lately, because I've wasted too much time in my life trying to do that for people. I've wasted too much of my energy and my life, and I've thrown my pearls away too many times to people, and I'm not doing that anymore. I'm giving my love and my energy and my know-how and my knowledge of things and whatever I have to offer for others to those that are on the same path and same journey and in the same frequency of things. And if you're not, well, then we're not.
And if you're going to attack us, then
right.
If you continue to attack us, then we will
we will call. We're here.
We will call out.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Not backing down from anybody. No. I'm not scared of anybody here, or I fear one thing in this world, and I don't even fear him. I respect him, and that's the Father and Creator of all. I hold a different view on Father. I don't hold him in fear. I hold him in revere. And so, there's really I've seen evil in this world. I've been around it. I've slept next to it. I've been a part of it in past experiences of things. I'm no saint, but that's past. That's behind me, and this is me now. And I've been an open book about my whole journey of things, and I'm not going to stop now. I'm not going to recant. I'm not going to back up. I'm moving forward, and there's nobody going to stop that. And that's just what it is. And that's the way we all should be. Nobody's going to stop it. Nobody can stop us. Nobody can keep us from moving forward. Only you can. So that's what I got to say.
Seven's all freaked out because he can't see no comments. I was wondering if he was on your channel maybe. And there's not like a lot of chat people over there.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if you're on my channel or Josh's channel, Seven, watching, because it might not be as many way over there. Someone just wrote a comment and then I didn't.
Oh, hi, Seven. You are in my chat, buddy.
Go over to my channel, Seven. He might not. I don't even know if you have my channel. But I'm seeing, where is it? Who in the hell would want to attack you folks? You're friggin' beautiful. You too, Jake. Oh, thank you. You guys are awesome. But so, yeah, make sure he knows he's not. We see you. Everyone over here sees all your comments, Seven. So you're not alone.
Yeah, they see you.
Yeah.
They probably have responded to you. You just didn't notice it at some point.
Yeah.
In time.
So you could go back and see. Please send it.
I will try to. How do I do that?
You have to.
Go back.
Here, I'll do it. Seven. I'll text you the chat here. Hold on. Josh, talk for a minute.
Okay.
While I do this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna catch up on chat. I want to. Who else is in here? Oh, I'm lost again.
You're lost again.
I'm not even.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. We really appreciate it. I sent it to you, 7.
And my words earlier were pretty rough as far as where I was coming from, but I do kind of mean that is in a way. I mean, I'm not recanting from those words that I posted and typed because
Yeah.
I do
community
feel
posts.
that way about what I wrote. I'm just sick of it. It's just enough of it, and that's just how I feel. And I don't care that if you don't like it, that's too bad, and let's just move on.
Yeah.
I've spoken my piece, and that's all I have to say to you. And we'll move on, and I'm sure there'll be more of you in the future. We can't all get along, and so that's just the way it's going to be. But I don't try to see this cup. I don't hold this "Don't tread on me" as like some patriot thing. It's as we all should hold it. Is it don't tread on me? I don't tread on you. Don't step on me, and I won't step on you. You step on me, then you might get bit. If you're lucky, I'll be nice. But I expect the same out of you. If I step on you, I expect to get bit. I would expect that to come back at me. A tit for tat, it doesn't always pay off, but if you're going to put that out there and you're going to be that way, then expect that to happen. Don't play the victim, because I'm not going to sit here and play victim, and I'm not going to sit here and cower either. So anyway, I hold some things to be true, and I'll respect you and you respect me, and we'll get along great, but the minute we cross those lines, then that's a whole nother subject, and we shouldn't have to do that, though. There's enough people out there in this world that are already doing that kind of shit. And we don't need to do that amongst each other. Please leave stream up in case I missed some of the comments. Oh, sure, Lulu. We'll have it up on both channels.
Oh yeah, it will be up. I'm not gonna delete it.
We leave everything up. So.
Yep. And sometimes it takes a little bit for the chat to come up.
Someone just move on. It's simply yep, exactly. 9 diamonds, exactly. And there's no simpler way about it. If you want, it's the beard. Thanks to the Naki.
He gets you every time, doesn't he?
I was looking at one of my older videos, and my beard was like this. There's like hardly nothing there. It's like this at Bob's, and I'm like, wow. And then I got like, holy crap.
I went back just this week and looked back at some of Truth Seeker 2020's old videos when I used to be co-host on his panel, and I was pulling up people from our community here that we used to all be on panel together. And it's like, now it's like just like all out war. And so I wanted to just get screenshots of certain people that were on the same panel at the same time. And it was just really just like Josh, like he had his little baby beard. It was like to here. And, my hair was like down to here. And I'm just like, wow, that was just like 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. So yeah, just kind of reminiscent of it all. But yeah, it was really cool. So I think we're going to close it out. Are you ready to close out?
I'm good.
Okay. Whenever our flow runs.
War, Peanut.
Yeah, this is war. I know. This is.
Hey, Peanut, we're offering an olive branch of truth. It's up to others.
And truth. And we're speaking truth.
Right.
So
I stand in anything that I've said or anything anyone, and I will stand in front of anything that somebody wants to accuse me of. So.
Yeah, if anyone would have showed up here, we would have.
Take no prisoners. Yeah, no. That's why I put the post up hours ago. So I know those people watch and see, and so people have the opportunity. And if you've seen this later and you didn't see it then, hey, you see us live, you can come talk anytime.
Yeah.
Panel will always be open. I will not shy away, and maybe we'll make some YouTube broadcast excellence if you would like.
Yeah.
No. I'm not feeding the drama.
No,
so
not feeding
I'm done
the
with
drama.
it.
No.
I'm done with it. I love you all.
We do.
I want you all to grow and become better.
Yes. Grow and become better. Look in.
I've been working on stuff. Oh, awesome.
Thank you. All right.
Glad we could help. Sorry we're not staying longer, but I don't do like hour long streams. It's just not me. So
yeah.
Me kind of sad because I feel the lurker is choosing not to say anything, but
that's okay.
Boom, they're going to be taping together later, and that feels sad to me because
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's on them. That's their choice to me.
Geneva.
Genevieve.
He gets it wrong every time. Just call her G. She likes to be called G. It's okay.
That
Just
works.
G.
Works. Okay. Awesome. G. That's way better. I won't get it wrong that way.
All right. Well, it is what it is, and we could have, like I said, we could have came out a lot
rougher,
more vicious, and we chose not to do that route this time anyway. So
no. I vote for waterboard.
Oh, Peanut.
No, Peanut. That's too personal. I can't do all that.
We'll do that over on your channel. How about that, Peanut?
Yeah.
All right, guys. You have a great, blessed rest of your night. And what do you have to say?
I'm all full of peace, love, and bubblegum again.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm all out of bubblegum, but I'm full of peace and love again. And because I've let my energies flow as they need to. So I want everybody else to find their peace, love, and if you chew bubblegum, chew bubblegum. If not, well, as Roddy Piper says, when you're at all three, well, bubblegum anyway, he's here to kick ass. So I was here to do that. I chose not to. I love you all. Let's all choose the better way every time. Let's try to do the best we can with everybody, and let's forgive. Let's forgive each other's, shortcomings, and don't allow falsehoods and of the mind and others' words to keep others from becoming friends with each other. And that's all I got.
That's all I got. We'll see you next time. This is the Foxes in the Fox Den, and we're signing out for the night. Much love.
Love you, Peanut.
Love you, Peanut.
Love you, Vetus. Love you, everybody.
Bye,
everybody
Neil.
who came.
Nice
Jeb
to see
Neil,
you. Zoo, you just popped in. Oh,
Anaki. Let me see. Fang Mystic.
Nice to see you, Fang.
Lulu. That way. 9 of Diamonds. 7.
Thank you, 7.
I want to make sure I don't miss anybody here.
You're gonna.
No, we're not. We're not.
I think you called him out earlier. It's okay.
Okay.
Hey, Spellbreaker. Nice to see you.
If we did miss you, we're sorry. Oh, Sagittarian Sun.
Yeah,
thanks for coming.
Yeah.
You stayed a while.
Yep.
Much love to all of you.
All right. We'll see you on. For anyone watching in the background and didn't want to chat, it's okay. We love you too.
Yep.
Bye.
Love you all.